Winery. All right, guys, the farm boys are back. Was hoping Jeff was going to be able to meet us today, but he is sitting with his mother. So we got Otter behind the camera. We've got Gracie in the back seat here.
Gracie in the back.
Gracie's.
I don't know if I got Gracie on here or not.
Yeah,
I can't tell.
Gracie's there. All right, and by popular demand, we're on the road, aren't we, Otter?
That's right.
We're not telling where we're going yet, are we?
Well, you done said we was going to the winery.
I don't think I did, Otter.
You did.
Well, I have combed my hair for this event.
Get the red flag out. We're gonna get an instant replay.
All right. Well, we don't need to. Otter blew our cover, but we're headed to a winery, guys, and we've got a good show lined up for y'all today, and hopefully it'll be informative. And we just can't wait to get it going. Otter, get a shot of that.
There comes some good old steaks coming in.
Yeah. All right. Let's pull up a little closer. These cows are coming.
Watch out for this car.
All right, these cows are coming straight in to Piggly Wiggly, and they'll be ready for your grill tonight. All right. Hey, maybe we can get. You know what? I'm not afraid of interviewing the guy who has these cows. Otter, do you think I'm afraid?
No, I don't think you're afraid.
All right, we're gonna drive over here and see if I can get some words from him.
Watch out, you're gonna hit his truck.
I'm not gonna hit it, I don't think. Hey, how are you today?
Fine.
All right, we got a YouTube channel called the Coosa River Farm Boys. All right, where are you from?
From here.
All right, you got some beautiful, is that cows, steers, or what?
It's cow.
Are they all bred and ready to have calves?
Yes.
Where are you taking them to?
Over to my farm. I just bought them.
Okay, where's your farm at?
Well, I got one in Fayetteville, one over on Tallahatchie Road.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we thought these might be going straight into Piggly Wiggly to be slaughtered tonight.
Not quite.
How many you got on there?
Got 6 on there.
What kind of bull you got?
Well, I've got 2 Hereford bulls and a black Brangus. Them right there is all bred with a Angus bull, I think.
Oh, okay. And
I just bought them today.
Hey, and Otter, you don't know, but those black ones, if he breeds them to a Hereford bull, you're gonna get them black baldies, which brings some good money.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, great talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Check us out on YouTube.
Thank you.
All right, enjoy them cows.
Yes, sir.
Hey, you never know. You never know what the farm boy. Look at those cows. Man, that's a good looking set of cows right there. Move over. Let's see that. Guys, as we drive to the winery, Otter has no clue what a black baldy calf is, okay, or cow. If you take an Angus bull and cross it, a black Angus bull, and cross it with a Hereford, which is red and white, you're going to get a black calf with a white face that sells really good at the sale barn. You can, all right, you can take a Hereford bull, cross it with black Angus cattle, and you get the same thing. The white face is dominant, the black body is dominant for the Angus. So when you cross those two, you get a black calf with a white face, which gives genetic diversity, okay? The crossbreed is stronger, better, faster, tender, or whatever. Otter, now do you know what a black baldy is?
Yeah.
And you know what some of my friends have said? They said this needs to be the Coosa River Farm Boy and 2 shitty boys.
That's
Otter, is that about right?
That's about right.
All right, we're crossing the Coosa River. Hey, we'll catch up with y'all in a minute. All right, Otter, we're here.
We made it.
We're at the Morgan Creek Winery, okay? And Otter is not near as refined as me, are you, Otter?
That's right.
Have you ever been here before?
No, I've not.
I've been here many times.
Many times.
Many times. Well, we're gonna go in and see what they got.
Yeah. They know we coming, so
Yeah, they know we coming.
we're not gonna shock nobody. Well, we might, but
Yeah, we might. Hillbilly shock. Guys, I'm out here with Charles at Morgan Creek Winery, which is just outside of Harpersville, Alabama, 30-minute drive from Birmingham. You guys have been open how many years?
We opened in 2001, so going on 23 years now.
23 years now. And I've been out here multiple times. Charles, I got a question for you. Do y'all still have your 4th of July event?
We haven't last couple of years since COVID. We're hoping to start all that, our Grape Stomp and our 4th of July and our other music events up this summer.
Okay, I have been to the 4th of July event many times, and it is a blast. So is there a possibility y'all have it this year?
Oh yeah, because I get to go out and shoot the fireworks, which is the best.
Yeah, hey, and the times I've been here, the bands have been excellent. Everybody just brings their table and chairs, and y'all will have wine sampling and everything. Now, I have not been to the Grape Stomp. What time of year is the Grape Stomp?
It's always the 3rd Saturday in September. So you can actually get in the barrel and stomp on the grapes. And but we don't make wine out of that.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, that would be fine with me.
And then the highlight of the day is we have a Lucy lookalike contest.
Oh,
which is neat at the Grape Stomp Festival. So everybody knows that episode of I Love Lucy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
hey, trivia question. What was Lucy's maiden name?
I don't know.
Oh, Otter. McGillicuddy.
that's right.
Come on, guys. All right. Now, y'all make a variety of wines here. Now, I have come out in the summer and done the You Pick blueberries. All right, give us a general time frame of when that goes on.
Usually, You Pick blueberries. We've been doing that for over 30 years. Usually early first or second week of June.
It starts.
And sometimes they come in earlier, sometimes they come in later. But that's rule of thumb.
Okay. And
second week of June.
I've come out here multiple times and picked a gallon of blueberries. Do you have any other You Pick things out here?
We do the You Pick muscadines, and that'll be the end of August through September when they get ripe. So it's the muscadines are easy to pick. You can pick a gallon.
Yeah.
Blueberries are a little more tedious.
Now, are muscadines the things you can just push through, suck the meat out of it, and spit the seeds out?
That's right.
Okay.
Right. They all have seeds.
I got a vine in the backyard.
Okay.
And you spit the skin out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, is all your wine made here?
We make everything here, and so we grow part of it here, but we buy fruit from growers all over the southeast.
Okay. Do y'all still make the blueberry sweet?
We do. That's something I'm back here working on today because we've sold out of it.
Well, Charles, can I tell you what a teacher I used to work with? I'm a retired teacher coach. He said he would take that sweet blueberry and render it in a pan and heat it up and pour it over vanilla ice cream. And he said it is the bomb. Have you ever tried that?
No. People have come up with all kinds of interesting things with the blueberry wine.
Okay. And your dad started the place out here,
That's
correct?
right. That's
okay.
right.
And did you learn the trade from him?
Well, I was finishing up at Birmingham Southern when we started it, and I was an accounting major. I figured out really quick that I didn't want to do taxes 60 hours a week, and this might be a little more fun. So
okay.
And it was supposed to be his retirement hobby, and it's kind of a hobby that got out of hand.
That's what happens with a lot of hobbies. Now, for novices, I have high cholesterol, but I don't take medicine. And a lot of people who take the cholesterol medicine says it makes their joints and stuff ache. My doctor, his nurse told me to drink 1 glass of red wine a day. What does the red wine have in it that helps with cholesterol and stuff?
One of the main things is resveratrol. And that's
Say that one more time.
Resveratrol.
Okay.
And that's contained in the skins of the grape. And when you make red wine, you ferment the whole grape.
Okay.
And you get all the good stuff out of the skins.
The antioxidants.
That's why they say, well, that's part of it. And but the resveratrol is the main thing. And that's why they say red wine is because when you ferment the whole grape, you get that stuff out of the skins, as opposed to a white wine, you just press the juice out and throw the skins out.
Okay.
So red muscadine wine, since the skins are so thick, it has almost 800% more resveratrol than a regular red wine because the muscadine skins are so thick.
Okay.
So,
all right. And that's really good for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I don't need to drink a bottle a night, just a glass.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, she told me that as I was walking out one day. She said, just drink a glass of red wine a day. I'm sorry.
We know we've got a lot of people who do that, and even people who aren't wine drinkers will get our Regal Red, which is a sweet red. Because a lot of people will come in and say, oh, I don't like wine, it's dry, it's bitter, or whatever. But our Regal Red's a little bit sweeter and easier to drink. So a lot of people, for that purpose, will get a bottle of our Regal Red.
Well, one of your employees out here one time told me that as you drink wine, you're going to develop a taste for the drier wines. You know, and I have found that to be true.
That's typical. People's taste kind of change over time, but then we kind of shy away from making suggestions or putting people in a box, because we've had people who come in and argue. They're like, I like my Carlos with everything. And that's
Okay.
a sweet. That's our best-selling wine. It's a Carlos,
Yeah.
sweet white muscadine. And they're like, people argue with you. They'll drink it with everything.
All right, if I was going to sit down to eat a steak, let's go over here to the wines. Otter, do you have any questions? You're not near as refined as me. So if I was going to sit down to eat a steak and I wanted a semi-sweet, do I need a red wine with steak?
Typically you do, but whatever you like is kind of the number one rule. But the semi-sweet we have is our Red Mountain Red.
Right.
It's not quite as sweet as the Regal Red, but it's all 100% red muscadine. And then we also have the Vulcan Red. It's a little bit drier, and it's muscadine as well.
So does the drier have less sugars in it?
That's right.
Okay.
That's just dry versus sweet.
See, Otter, I know so much more than you. Now, Otter said
About wine. Other stuff, maybe not.
He said that he kind of likes a blush.
Mm-hmm.
Do you use any skins in a blush?
So we do, and that's actually, we're getting ready to bottle blush back here today. But the blush is actually blended. It's about 80% Carlos is white, and roughly 20% of the Noble, which is the same grape that's in the Regal Red. We blend it together until we get the color and flavor we want. So,
okay, that's cool. Would the blush have any help with the cholesterol?
It would. I mean, it has some of the benefits of a red wine because it is, partly red wine.
Okay.
So you do, and with the white wines, you get some of that benefit as well, just not nearly as much as you do.
Right.
It's kind of like a loaf of bread, and they say all the nutrients are in the crust. So it's like cutting the crust off is drinking white wine.
Okay. I have to tell you this, Charles. I married a city girl, and the first time we went to a pretty nice restaurant, she said, I'll have a Caesar salad. And I was so embarrassed because I said, I'll have a Caesar salad and I want ranch. And my wife was like, you don't do that. It has its own dressing in it. But Charles, I had to tell you this, I'm a country boy. I grew up in Fayetteville. First time my dad drove us to Talladega, I said, Dad, what state are we in? So, hey, Charles is actually going to be kind enough to show us the operations area.
Oh yeah, come on back. So we're actually getting ready to bottle the blush today. So it's in the tank, and we're actually blending it and trying to get that just right, and then we'll filter it. And we got all the tanks back there. You can see the big tanks you see, those hold about 6,000 gallons each.
Wow.
So we're bottling out of a couple of smaller tanks. We'll just run a hose over here from whichever tank we're bottling out of. We dump the empty bottles off down here, and this machine does it all automatically. First thing it does, it takes the bottle here, flips it over, washes out with water. And they're new bottles, but in case it has any dust or anything, it washes the bottle. Comes down the line, fills the bottle with nitrogen before it puts wine in the bottle to keep the wine fresh. Fills it with wine, and then puts the cork in it. And you can see in that hopper through that sight glass, it's full of corks.
Oh, wow.
And we use all natural cork. Puts the cork in the wine, and it comes on down here to the capper and the labeler. And this is the cap that goes on the neck of the bottle. And it's basically just aluminum foil.
Is it heat shrunk onto it?
No, it spins it on. So it comes on down, sets that foil cap on there loosely, and then these motors with these plastic rollers, it comes down over that foil cap, spins it on tight, and then last thing it does is put the label on it.
And then it comes out here?
And then it comes out the end, and it bottles about 1,500 bottles an hour when we've got it up and running. So.
Did you hear that, Otter?
Yeah,
1,500 bottles an hour.
And it takes 2 or 3 people to run the machine.
All right, now, Charles, I got a question for you. If you have maintenance issues with the machine, can you fix them, or have you got a tech guy here?
No, so all this equipment's from Italy, and you can't call the Sears man to repair any of this stuff. So I've actually got a Italian buddy who helps me when I need.
So is it pretty much maintenance free?
Oh no, this thing's like it's just like an Italian car. We spend more time working on it than we do driving it.
Okay.
But it's nice to look at.
Oh, okay.
But it's neat when it's running. But we've because there's not another one in the States. And now there's the company we bought it from out of New York. They'll fly somebody down here to work on it.
And for the right price,
That's right.
of course, right? Okay. And you said Carlos is your most popular seller, right?
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
And Carlos, that's the actual type of muscadine we make it from.
Right here on site, right?
mhm.
Okay.
Most people, my name's Charles. A lot of people think, oh, that's named after you, because you know Carlos is Spanish for Charles. So, but no, that's the actual variety. Just like Chardonnay and Cabernet are varietals of bunch grapes, Carlos is a varietal of muscadine.
How long does the fermenting process actually take?
So the primary fermentation is only about 2 weeks, but from the time we pick it till we bottle it, it can be as short as 3 or 4 months, and that's kind of rushing it.
Right.
So, but there's a lot of other steps of filtering and.
Do y'all have to use yeast and stuff?
That's right. That's right. I mean, everybody tries to make it seem more complicated than it is, but at the end of the day, it's just juice and yeast.
All right.
You don't add, they're already sweet muscadine. You don't add much sugar.
We do add some sugar to get the alcohol. We shoot for alcohol about 12%. So we'll add sugar to get the alcohol up to it. Because there's only enough natural sugar to make 7 or 8% alcohol.
All right, and those natural sugars are much better for you than refined sugars, correct?
But it all, that's right, but it all ferments, it's all converted to alcohol.
Right.
And then it'll be completely dry, and then when we get ready to bottle for some of the sweeter wines, we will add some sugar back
Okay.
to get that taste.
Okay, cool.
So,
Can we walk around and see the tanks?
yeah.
This is pretty cool, isn't it, Otter?
Yeah, this is-
And right here,
This is where it all started. Back when it was a hobby, we used to make wine by hand with this thing. And I
y'all
grew up-
really did?
Oh yeah, I grew up cranking. And this is a kit. You can still, I mean, you could buy it out of the back of a magazine. They still make them. It's really made for making cider. It's to grind the apples. And I grew up cranking the handle on this thing. And then you put a bucket under it to catch the juice. And you'd work all day for about 10 gallons of juice.
Oh, wow.
It's a lot easier doing it this way.
How many employees do you have here?
I guess we've got five or six employees.
All right.
And-
Now, I'm mainly joking, but we both work at Purcell Farms.
Okay.
All right, and it's the slow season now. How much could you use a guy who can talk to anybody and sell anything?
Well, we've got a lot of volunteers for taste testers. And
Oh
there's a
man!
waiting list.
All right, so talk about these tanks just a little bit.
So they're all, we've got about 30 tanks, and they go from, there's a whole row on my back you can't see, but they go from 500 to 1,000, and the big ones are 6,000 gallon tanks. And
Wow.
they're just different versions of the same style tank, just how big of a batch we're making. And those dimple jackets, the bands you see around the middle of the tanks, that's for chilling them. We circulate chilled water through those jackets when we're cold stabilizing or fermenting certain wines. And then you'll see on these tanks, there's a door at the very bottom and then one up a couple of feet.
Very bottom and then one up. Okay.
When we're making red wine, you crush the whole grape and put in there. And you pump it over every day for a week or so. And then that white juice turns red because it's contacting the red skins. And when it has the color and flavor we want, then we'll drain the red wine off the skins, pump that in another tank, and then we got to get in there and clean all the grape skins and seeds out. And that's what the bottom doors
Oh, y'all get in there?
we do.
Ooh,
So what's interesting is the smaller tanks are were made in Europe, and they have smaller doors than the American-made tanks. Have much bigger doors.
Oh,
The
okay.
American,
Yeah, because we're
Americans are
big and
gonna- yes,
fat, right? If you got claustrophobia, can it be a little sketchy?
oh yeah, it's especially after it might be 3 or 4 feet of grape skins still left in there.
Now, what do y'all do with those grape skins?
So we've got we've had people who've taken them and fed them to cows. We've got a big mulch pile.
Okay, they could be composted, right?
And we've
Okay.
even had there was a girl out of Georgia Tech. She took them, she pulled the seeds out and extracted the oil and for muscadine seed oil.
Oh, okay.
And she had a whole line of face creams and cosmetics using that.
This is so cool, you know?
So some people's trash is other people's
other
treasure.
people's treasure. That's exactly right. I was thinking, because I do a lot of gardening, I was thinking it'd be good composted material.
And then there's another group of people who take we were talking about the resveratrol. They take the skins, dry them, powder them, and use that as you can buy resveratrol pills, just
Right.
like
Okay, just in the
zinc
drugstore,
or
right?
vitamin C pills.
Right.
And that's the ground up and pulverized hulls from the muscadines.
Well, you are, it's truly Alabama right here.
Oh, yeah.
There's, your stuff's grown on site. Do you make a peach wine?
We're out of that one right now.
Do you get peaches
'cause
from Chilton County?
We do, and it's hit or miss. Last year was a tough year. We had that late
Oh yeah,
freeze.
the late freeze, yeah.
So-
That got my pear trees.
Mhm.
You know, I had very few pears this year.
And that got our blueberry crop. And that's just one of those things.
Do you have any trouble with deer in the blueberries and stuff?
Crows are more
A crow.
prevalent than
They
anything.
cause me more trouble in the garden. Now talk about the temperature in here. Is it extremely important that the temperature be
Cold is fine. We don't have any heat back here. It's better to have it as cold as possible. And so during the summer, we're air conditioning back here because your two things you are fighting against with wine to keep it fresh is heat and oxygen. You don't want air to get to the wine.
right?
So rarely is a tank full to the brim. It's best for it to be full to the brim, but when it's not full, that headspace in the top of the tank, we'll actually fill that with nitrogen or argon
To keep the
it-
oxygen out.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
All right. There appears to be a decent amount of chemistry in this process too, right?
But at the end of the day, it's pretty simple. It's just juice and yeast and let it ferment.
So you don't have to balance equations and stuff in here.
I can make it look super, because you can actually get a PhD in winemaking at 2 universities now, which is called enology, but it's just
All right, winemaking's called enology.
enology.
All right, what are the universities?
UC Davis. It's kind of the main in
Okay,
California.
California.
It's the main wine school, and then there's several others in California.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, you can go, but it's just basically chemistry at the.
All right.
But the cliche is, the wine is made in the field. If you've got good fruit,
Yeah, it all starts there.
that's
doesn't
right.
it?
You can mess it up, but you can't start out with bad fruit. You can't make it better.
All right. Speaking of that, on blueberries, your soil needs to be a certain pH, correct?
That's right.
Does it need to be acidic or more base?
More acidic. So, and our blueberries, we kind of had trouble because we were irrigating out of a spring-fed creek, and over time, that's kind of changed the pH of the soil. So when you get into big blueberry farms and their irrigation, they'll actually inject acid into their irrigation lines to keep that soil
Acidic. Yeah. Otter, did you know that blueberries like high pH soil?
No, I did not. I probably need to fix that around my blueberry bush.
Hey, Charles, let's walk back in here. And hey, I want to thank him so much for taking us inside. And I've got a few more questions for you. And I'm going to do a little shopping while I'm here as well. Boy, it smells so good in here. I wish our viewers could smell it. Charles, let's talk about some other things a little bit. Can people book weddings out here?
We do a lot of weddings in the spring and the fall are the best times.
Yeah, that's the same way at Purcell Farms. We have a ton of them. And of course, all of them are outdoor weddings.
Mm-hmm. And now we've got typically people will do out by the vineyard because it's so pretty, and now it's all about the pictures and the Instagram and people don't get married in a church anymore.
Right. All right. So if Otter is much older than me. He's 67. I'm 58. When he turns 70, we could book a birthday party out here.
So
correct?
actually, we've got a party room upstairs, and they're having a 70th birthday party as we speak. It seats about 60 people for an indoor space.
Well, when he turns 70, we'd have to pay people. We'd have to pay to get 60 people here. Now, and I want to say this too. We're not very far from Baker Farm.
That's right.
In the fall, when these parents have these kids they take over to Baker Farm, and they're exhausted. What are we, 2 miles from Baker Farm?
No. Our properties border each other.
Okay.
So I grew up with all the Bakers.
So when they leave Baker Farm after dealing with their small kids all morning, could they actually come here, buy a bottle, sit on the perimeter and drink it and relieve some of the stress? I bet y'all got a pretty hand-in-hand relationship with Baker Farm, I'm sure.
We do, and they've got their pumpkin patch. They do in the fall. It's really popular, and it's worked out nicely. Having them as neighbors.
Yeah, that's a good what do you call it? Complementary industry. Okay, Otter, do you have any more questions?
No.
All right, talk about our sponsors.
Oh, yeah. If you have any real estate needs, buy, sell, city, lake, country, call Jennifer Gallup's Front Porch Realty, and she can help you out.
Hey, and also check in with Hanover Homemade in Coosa County for all your baked goods, and come out here to get a dessert bottle of wine to have with that. Charles, I want to thank you so much. What are your hours?
We are 10 to 6 every day but Sunday.
Okay. Hey, once again, guys, this is a local place. If you're in Alabama for anything, we're right literally almost in the middle of Alabama right here.
Yep.
Central Alabama. You're not far from Montgomery. You're not far from Birmingham at all. Come in and check us out. Or check them out. Maybe
Yeah.
you'll hire me to put the nitrogen in.
He's not gonna let you taste, Al.
Hey, let's hit that like, subscribe, and share, and hit that bell for notifications. Thank you so much,
Yeah, great
Charles.
to meet you. Thank you.
All right.